here I am today in the City of London at Planet of the Grapes, and there's a Planet of the Apes film out at the moment. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm with Tom Barry, who's nothing to do with Planet of the Apes, but who is from a very distinguished lineage of winemakers. I don't think there are many generations in Australia, and many families in Australia who have 3 generations of qualified winemakers. I do seem to remember I read a press release about that, about the Barry family.
Yeah, no, thanks very much, Sarah. That's very nice words. But yeah, no, just over here for a few weeks with just doing a few tastings and a few dinners. So, but yeah, no, I feel very privileged to be a 3rd generation winemaker at Jim Barry Wines. It's great to be able to follow on with what Jim's done. He was a 17th graduate out of Roseworthy, and then my old man Peter, and now myself. So it's I know to be able to continue this legacy that Jim's left is it's a real honour.
Yeah, I remember reading that when your grandfather Jim Barry first came to Clare and started making wines were still being transported by a horse and cart, or the grapes, which seems incredible.
Yeah, I know how funny it has changed. It's I think there might have been five wineries at the time in Clare as well. So
wow.
So Jim came to Clare. He was the first qualified winemaker at Clare, and he really did. He really was one of the pioneers of Clare Valley, and in terms of production and quality as well. So and I love this story. There's a letter that Jim wrote to the local growers, and he urged growers. He said it was in 1966. He said he wanted them to plant Riesling, Shiraz, and Cabernet because he knew what potential table wines had in Clare. And I suppose it was this vision early, and him looking at the future is where Clare is at the moment. We do fantastic Riesling, Shiraz, and Cabernet, and yeah, tonight we'll definitely show off what we've been doing in Clare for the last 50 years.
Yeah, and we were just talking about Riesling, and obviously, as much as anything, because of the Amar, which is one of Australia's top Shiraz, you guys are very much associated with Shiraz.
Yeah,
but of course, you've got the fabulous site, the Farita, which is where the original Leo Burring wines came from, and Lodge Hill, a site which always excites me because you get both Shiraz and Riesling off that vineyard, depending on the aspect and the soils.
Yeah.
So Riesling a real passion for you, Tom?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, growing up it was always something that we used to have around the table, and yeah, definitely. I suppose yeah, what you're saying, Sarah, is the Shiraz is I suppose something that comes to people's minds when they think about Jim Barry, but it's great to be able to put Riesling in people's mouth because it's such a confused variety, and definitely Australian Riesling is this beautiful, tight, clean, dry wine, which is fantastic. So, and what you were saying, yeah, we've got our Waterbuck Riesling, we've got that Farita vineyard, which is beautiful Riesling off the limestone, but we've also got this vineyard in Clare, which is Lodge Hill Riesling, which is kind of
on the slate.
Yeah, off this slate, so it offers up more of a tighter style of Riesling, and then again on the other side of the slope, which is a Shiraz. So no, it's all about aspect and soil, which is really special for us.
And what I've been tasting from 2011 vintage, a trickier vintage for Shiraz, but the Rieslings that I've tasted from Henschke in the Eden Valley, from Peter Lehman in the Eden Valley, and then in the Clare Valley from Jeff Grosset and Stephanie Toole, just fabulous Rieslings with wonderful natural acidity and so expressive. So I'm guessing for you also a very good vintage 2011 for Riesling?
Yeah, honestly, we really couldn't be happier. There's so much stuff about the 11 vintage, but for Riesling, and as you say, you mentioned that acid before, but the acid, it was just such an amazing vintage for natural acid, and in these wines it is fresh and lively, and there's beautiful fruit as well. Yeah, so both off Farita Vineyard and Lodge Hill, we've made these beautiful Rieslings, and yeah, so it was all about the rain. We had a big downpour around the 18th of March, and it was the people who got those wines off before that rain, and I'm sure the Mount Horrocks and the Grossets and these people, and us as well. We picked before these rains, and we've made these absolutely beautiful wines. So we're very, very proud of 2011 racing.
Yeah. Now, Shiraz is a trickier vintage, but everyone that I've spoken to has really raved about Cabernet, which leads me very neatly onto your latest release. And you have a very swanky label. If you could show us, Tom, the new label, and this is.
There we go. You wouldn't believe the time and effort it has taken us to come up with this label. It's quite amazing, really. But I don't know. Shiraz Cabernet, what can I say? It's what an amazing Australian blend, really. It's some of the great Australian wines of the 70s and 80s, but these beautiful Shiraz Cabernet blends, and it's something that we as a company, we've always had this beautiful Shiraz and Cabernet, but we've always kept them very separate. But it was one of the old man's. In 2002 we got together. He just said, "Oh yeah, I want to make a Shiraz Cabernet blend." Grabbed some of McRae Wooden up in Burnie, some of my great Shiraz and Cabernet. Put these wines together and made this beautiful blend. So it's roughly about 65-35. And the actual 2005 Shiraz Cab that he made was actually took out the Shiraz Cab trophy in Australia. So it's we're really happy with this wine, and hopefully tonight we'll be able to show off this beautiful, great Australian blend.
Yeah, and PB, does it stand for Peter Barry? Does it stand for private bin? Does it stand for personal best? What does it stand for?
That's it, yeah. So PB is basically what you want, really. So yeah, we've got personal best, Peter Barry, private bin. There's a couple of other little names there which I probably shouldn't mention, but yeah, it's a great one. It's really what you want it to be. So it's a great wine, and yeah, it's just PB Shiraz Cab. So you make up the name. It's great.
Okay. Well, on that note, because there's quite a crowd gathering for this tasting, and I think they're going to be pretty keen to get into this. So thank you so much, Tom. Great to speak to you, and thank you. I'm looking forward to tasting the wines.
Thanks, Sarah. That's fantastic.
Thank you
very much.